I get some money. Every day we blowing gas. Every day we in the mall. Every day we blowing cash. I do this every day. Every day I do this shit. It's just an ordinary day. Every day I get some money. Every day we blowing gas. Every day we in the mall. Every day we blowing cash. I do this every day. Every day I do this shit. It's just an ordinary day.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Face from Flight Skool TV, man. Y'all already know who I am. I'm sitting here with my special guest, Chicago King Dave. FuckFame clothing line. A lot of y'all probably already know about it. If you don't, you should. And so for the people that don't know who you are, can you tell our viewers who you are?
I'm Chicago King Dave, aka D Diddy. I'm the owner of FuckFame Apparel. From the Chi, y'all definitely know that. I'm from the east side of Chicago, you know, just a born hustler out here chasing my dream, bro.
Yeah, so how was your childhood growing up? I always ask that question because it pivoted into the following question that I want to ask. Like, did you grow up struggling, or was it a tough childhood, or how was your childhood growing up?
Well, I mean, I'd say my childhood growing up, it was, you know, it was good. Like, it was a great one to me. When you have all the expensive fancy stuff, you know,
right.
But I had a mother and father at home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, that was like everything, because out of the 10 of the kids I knew, 10 of them ain't had no daddy at home.
Right, so, right. And a lot of people deal with that issue today. So, but I'm wondering, like, FuckFame is a clothing line that started what year?
I started like 2011. 2012, I had caught a case, so I got locked up for a little while. But in 2013, I say about March is when I bought my first 40 shirts.
Okay, so we going on about 5 years.
About to be 5 years. Yes, sir.
Man, it seemed like longer than that to me, man.
You know what? A lot of people tell me that.
Yeah, it seemed like you've been around for a long time, because you made yourself relevant in a short amount of time. And a lot of people not able to do that. A lot of brands take 10 years to build their name. Right. At 5 years, they might make a step towards the next 5 years, but you done made steps quick.
Yeah.
How do you think that happened? I mean, in my opinion, I think it's an obvious connection that you got to the streets.
Correct.
And that translated to the music. And music moved fashion. Music moved the world. Definitely. And that's in my opinion. I don't know if you would agree with me.
I mean, I do. I agree with you for, you know, that's kind of like went hand in hand. The music, the fashion. I had the clothes. I knew all artists. I'm in the streets. They was in the streets. Boom, boom. I snatched 100 of each one of their fans. So.
That's what's up. So what would you consider the moment where you was like, damn, this really starting to grow. This might be something. We might be on to something. Well, did you have that moment from, like, I know we said you've been in the game for around 5 years. In that 5 years, was it ever a defining moment where you was like, damn, this bigger than what I thought of? What's your defining moment in your mind?
I mean, I would say when Jeezy rocked it. I was probably a year into the game, and I get a call about, you know, young Jeezy wanting to rock the clothes. You know, I thought it was like somebody was playing on the phone.
Right.
You know, that was just like one of the defining moments for me. And
Young Jeezy coming to Chicago to do a show, rocking the FuckFame.
In front of 40,000 people, you know, and
that's
I
big.
had 5, 6, 7, 8, probably a little over 1,000 people. My phone was jammed up within an hour.
Right.
I had close to a couple hundred people FaceTime at the show.
So, for a lot of people right now, they think they can just go to this mom and pop stores that print t-shirts, and they think that they can be successful at it like you did, but everybody is not you.
Correct.
So what were some of the struggles that you encountered on your way to build this brand, FuckFame?
Being able not to produce, you know, what I wanted when I wanted to. You know, when I wanted it done. You know, that was like my biggest thing. I had to go through this third person all the time,
right,
you know, to make it happen for me. And, you know, that was like the biggest hurdle that I had as far as on the clothing side. But once I started doing things on my own, printing my own stuff, and
right,
it just started going crazy. I just started making all my own clothes, you know?
That's what's up. So at what point in your life, like you said, you had both parents in your house, and you had a fairly decent childhood. At what point in your life did you realize that you was into the fashion? That you was like, that it was something that you liked, that you wanted to be in?
I mean, as a kid, growing up, I was taking the cheapest stuff my mama would buy us from wherever she can get it from, and I match it up, different colors, and swag it out. And people always like, you know, where you get that sweater from? You know, where you get that hat from? They ain't no mama paid $3, $4 for this stuff.
Yeah, but you put it together the right way.
Put it together the right way, and you know, that's when I noticed. I'm like, I got a little gift with it. You know,
right.
Every time I pop out, somebody would be like, man, where you get them jeans from? Them jeans was $12.
That's what's up.
They had no $80 Tommy Hilfigers and Pelly jeans. I ain't had none of those though.
Right. So I mean, since we in Chicago, and I'm talking to Chicago King Dave.
Facts.
One question that I ask all the time is, with Kanye doing his thing, you know, the Yeezys is dominating the market right now. They going crazy. I mean, you got Chance the Rapper doing his thing, and you got Vic Mensa, you got Virgil, you got Don C, you got, you know, Dave Jeff, you got Zoe from Fashion Geeks, you got Diego over there at Ligas, and Corey. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot going on in Chicago. Like, Chicago is like bubbling more than ever, even though we've been slowly building up to this point. And Chicago has always been known as a trend-setting city. Do you feel like Chicago get the respect it deserves when it comes to us looked at globally?
I mean, I would say we get the respect, but not the recognition. Because any of the artists, all of them respect the city, but they'll never give us our recognition.
Right.
80%, I said probably 70% of the rappers out. Jack Chicago.
Yeah, you hear a lot of that slang, the gang,
All that.
and all that. You do hear a lot of our slang, dot, and
Beyonce say that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of music. That's why I asked, do you feel like we get our just dues as a city, like our proper respect?
No.
Do you think that day will come where these big, like New York, they got Supreme brand that's killing it right now?
Yeah.
Do you think that a Chicago brand can get to that spot? I feel Supreme was in the right market, the right place at the right time.
At the right time.
Even though it was years of building a brand, but being in New York, you know what I'm saying, the fashion kingdom almost.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? I felt like they was right time, right moment, and the right amount of work. But at the same time, there's companies in Chicago like Leaders, like FuckFame, you know, that's been doing the same thing. Do you think we will ever be respected as much as New York and get those events, those fashion weeks, and those exclusive drops that they do in New York? Do you think that'll ever come back? I mean, well, now I can't even say come back. Come to Chicago.
No.
You don't think it will?
I mean, the reason I say that is because until we start respecting each other here first, it's never gonna happen.
Right.
Never gonna happen. When our artists, whether they fashion, musicians, they get any type of money, they move.
Yeah.
They go live in Cali, they go live in New York, they go live in Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
they don't even reach back here or like don't even have an office here. So
Right.
New York always gonna be that, like, if Fashion Geek or Rich Boy Cartel or me or Edward Art, if we was in New York, we'd be millionaires.
Yeah, I'll co-sign that all day.
Millionaires.
I'll co-sign
The
that
work
all
I put
day.
in is like impeccable. Like,
Yeah, because especially because every artist, it was a certain point in time where every artist that was hot in the city was wearing your brand.
yeah.
And they couldn't, like, you couldn't escape it. You know what I'm saying?
Still can't escape it.
That's what I'm saying. you still seeing that brand everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that the thing that I'm worried that the one thing that I think about is with this momentum that you got, with the history that you got, with the followers that you got, when will we see something like a FuckFame Air Force One? You know what I'm saying? Like something like that, or one of these major companies reaching out because they see that you got the following. They see that you in tune with the culture, with the people that's pushing the culture forward. Do you see that in the near future?
I mean, it can happen, you know. It's all on Allah's time, you know. Like whenever you have power ready to give it to you, He gonna give it to you. Like Don C been working for a long time, and he finally getting his praises, his blessings. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a blessing seeing him in that position. You know what I'm saying? But like that didn't happen overnight. He got over 5 years in it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like whenever your time comes, you just gotta be ready. And like Don C situation, ready. He was ready.
Yeah.
Coach said to me and Paul, he out there performing.
When do you think it'll ever get to a point where you see more Chicago collaborations? Like I recently seen you and Edward Art do a fashion show together, and I thought that was a beautiful thing for the city.
Shout out
You know what I'm saying? Because shout out to Edward Art, man.
Yeah.
I seen him grind for a long time, and he went from Swaparama to the mall to 2 stores to just continue growth. You know what I'm saying? And consistency. So shout out to him, man. But when I heard about y'all fashion show, the concept alone was dope because that's 2 Chicago brands fucking with each other, and we hardly see that.
Hardly.
Like we got Fat Tiger, we got, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of Trap House Chicago. We got a lot of brands in Chicago moving and making things happening, but it's like they working in their own little pocket.
Yeah.
But for me to see that, I was like, man, that's dope. Do you think we'll see more of that?
We definitely see more of that, and you know, not just from me and Edward, but just from other brands in the city. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to lead by example, so that's what we did. You know, we took a old school OG and a young school OG. You know what I'm saying? And we put it together. We had a very, very successful event. 300 plus people came out. And, you know, both our teams worked together. One no bigger in, no argument. One no issues about no money or nothing. And in Chicago, you normally would hear that after the show.
Exactly.
And, you know, shout out to my big bro right there.
What do you think is the cause of these brands not collabing, not mentioning anybody specifically or singling somebody out? But what do you think be the main cause of like not coming together?
I say lack of knowledge. Because a lot of people, I don't know if you ever played sports before, but a lot of people not really familiar with teamwork.
Right.
A lot of people that's making their brand, it's just Team start with a T.
Right.
So if you ever been in any situation where you had to work with people that you didn't know or something like that, you're not gonna understand what's really going on. You know?
Right.
I got 5 years in it and I've been grinding, and I reach out to other up and coming artists.
Yeah.
Put them in the show for free. Made some clothes for them, showed them some ropes. They ain't pay for nothing.
That's what's up.
Didn't nobody do that for me, and I didn't look for nobody to do nothing for me, because I come from hustling.
Right.
So I knew if I went crazy in this game, you put me in here with some nerds, I'm definitely go crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
So you basically took what you learned from the streets and applied it into the fashion world and made it work.
Exactly what I did.
So like, what's your plans for the future? I'm not asking for your recipe. I don't want to know the key ingredients to the soup. You know what I'm saying? But like, what do you plan on doing next as far as a brand, like expanding?
Well, I plan on getting the money that I need to expand this brand. I plan on taking me a trip over to China and stuff. I got a bunch of ideas. Well, not ideas. I got a bunch of patterns that I've made for some of the other new pieces I want to create. You know, but it take the capital to make it happen. So like, that's what my plan is. Like, once I do that, it's like it's gonna be a game changer. Whether somebody give me the money or I make it, those are my future plans right now.
So basically, find a way to get the cost down so you can really go crazy and have that freedom to do what you want to do.
It ain't really so much just the cost. It's being able to have the items that I want. You know what I'm saying? It's like with this game.
Probably like what, materials?
Like this hoodie.
Right.
If it comes from one of the hoodie or t-shirt factories, everybody got that hoodie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to be able to design my own hoodies and put the F's on it, or you know, whatever logo I'm promoting at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the game changer for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I ain't gotta go and use jogging suit similar to the Nike Tech jogging suit. When I create my own jogging suit and I got about thousands.
Right. What's the meaning behind fuck fame? Because a lot of people, I relate to it, I understand it. But for our viewers, why would you name it fuck fame? What's the meaning behind that?
Well, you know, when I started fuck fame, I was talking to some shorties, and you know, they wanted to, you know, they had just shot a kid. Some kids had just shot a kid, but they was bragging on it. You know, they was bragging on how blood was coming out. You know, how this happened, how that happened, this happened. And it had touched me.
Right.
And I said, they doing all this for no ride.
Just a little.
Ain't nobody paid them for no hit.
Right.
If they got paid for a hit, they wouldn't be talking about it.
Right.
I'm like, they doing this because they think it's cool.
They think it's gonna get them known and a little clout.
And when I started Fuck Fame, you know, I wanted to be able to reach the kids and talk to them about just life in general. You know what I'm saying? So Fuck Fame, it ain't what people like really think it is. It does stand for get your fucking money, fuck all that famous shit, but you get some clout, some fame, then you run the check up. A lot of people out here running off fame with no check.
Yeah.
So that's fuck fame to me.
Yeah.
250,000 followers, no car, sleeping in somebody's hallway, but you on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat, all this shit every day like you so happy.
Right.
But you're not. Nigga, get off your ass, go get a job.
Right.
That's definitely
fuck that fame. Get to the check.
Get to the check, and that's definitely anybody that's doing it. Like, I know niggas that got big followings. They get their ass up, go work their job.
Right.
Whether it's telemarketing, whether it's UPS, but they get up and they go work. So they living that fuck fame dream.
Right.
That lifestyle that I'm telling people.
Right.
Because it's like today, people afraid to get a job.
Because somebody gonna notice them, like, man, that's fam, he got that hit song, why he working here?
Right, because guess what, he still got to pay for studio, he still got a son or a daughter, he still got light, gas, and he got a roof over his head that he got to pay for, and probably a car too. So you got to get this money by any means necessary.
Right, get to the money, man, fuck the fame.
Fuck the fame, man, get the
Man,
money.
you heard it here first, man, it's Face, Chicago King Dave, Flight Skool TV, man, just like that, we out.